teenage brain. A mystery that has confounded parents for generations. Everyone wants to know what exactly is going on in those heads. The online world today's teenagers are living in may bring them the fame and fortune they crave, but it can also bring heartbreak and bullying.
Kids are constantly engaged with their technology, their phones and the internet. They're not activating these brain areas that are important for self-reflection and reflecting on other people and allowing that empathy to emerge.
The National Institutes of Health study is following more than 11,000 children over a decade. In early testing, researchers found significant differences in brain chemistry for kids who had at least 7 hours of screen time a day compared to kids who use screens less.
Based on her data and the results from other studies, Dr. Baggett is among scientists who believe screen time stimulates the release of the brain chemical dopamine, which has a pivotal role in cravings and desire.
So you're more likely to act impulsively and use social media compulsively instead of like checking yourself.
You want to keep on it to keep getting
the good feelings.
We do know that social media is incredibly compelling. We know that it triggers the reward centers in the brain. And this is true for grown-ups too, not just teenagers and kids. So we know that. We also know that digital technology already disrupts things that are important for healthy development. So sleep, one-on-one interactions that are face-to-face, learning how to focus on one's schoolwork, physical activity. So we should already start to be drawing some lines around digital technology just to protect normal and healthy development.
Hello? Yes, hi. Yeah, my head really hurts. Yeah, I really can't believe that a driver really just hit me with a car. I don't even know if it was my fault at this point. It probably is, but he didn't really see me coming. I mean, how irresponsible can that driver be? I was clearly on the crosswalk. The light already said to cross. Or did it? I mean, at the time, I didn't really look up before crossing because I was busy on my phone. There's no way this accident was my fault. Looking at your phone while you're walking is not a crime, but I did faintly hear people yelling at me. Were they warning me? Actually, I'm not even sure because I couldn't hear them clearly with my headphones on. Okay, my head hurts. I'm going to rest. Yes, I'll call you later. Bye. Oh, Aunt Victoria, your post is a little too late right now.
Leah, I'm glad you called. How have you been?
Hi, Aunt Victoria. Unfortunately, I'm not doing well right now. I actually got hit by a car earlier, but I'm completely fine now. Like, really, I'm fine. Don't worry about it, please.
Well, I'm glad you're doing fine. I'm shocked about what happened, and there's so much I want to ask you. But I know you're still trying to process the situation, so I won't ask you any more questions. Go ahead, Leah. I'm listening.
I was just walking through the city. I wasn't paying attention, and then somehow I ended up crossing the streets and getting hit by a car. If anything, the fault is on me for not even looking up before crossing. But I mean, can you blame me for simply being interested in what was on my screen? Well, actually, never mind. Aunt Victoria, please don't answer that. I actually am to blame. It's just...
Leah, what were you even looking at?
I was scrolling through people's Instagram stories, just checking what my friends were up to. The people around me are always seem like they're having so much fun without me.
It's not good occupied and interested in what other people are doing with their lives. You know what that addiction is called?
Let me guess, you're gonna say I have FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, and then you're going to add on that you learned it at some church meeting. Well, you're definitely right on that one. I probably do have FOMO. The only problem is that I have no idea how to get rid of it. For one thing, I can start by being more grateful though. That's for sure. And maybe I can even write everything down in a journal. Oh, and I should probably stay off my phone. My mindset needs some fixing too. I could use some more positive energy. And above all of that, I need to focus on myself.
I agree with you completely, Leah. That sounds like a great start to overcoming FOMO.
34% of kids in the US start their digital footprint in utero with a sonogram posted by their parents. Then come the birth photos, the dedicated hashtag, first steps, first words, first everything.
You're so extra.
Oversharing has become the new normal, and the kids don't get much say in the matter.
We see parents taking pictures of their kids all the time, but what happens when mom and dad don't post them? Kids notice, and many aren't happy about it.
Kids are seeing this addiction, and let's call it what it is. It's an addiction. They're seeing it front and center, and they're now picking up our unhealthy habits.
But I see it on Instagram all the time. I'm seeing moms showing me, look at how good I'm parenting, look at my kids. You know, we did this today, first day of school, there's like a million placards saying, you know, so-and-so's off to school.
We all do it. You write in the piece, you say, it's an addiction that we make few attempts to hide from our children. You really think it's an addiction?
I fully believe that it's an addiction, yes. I think it's just like, you know, a cigarette.
So what do we do about this?
I think we have to put the phone down, take a breath, look up.
Great advice there. Be in the moment. Ask yourself, what am I really getting from this photo that I wouldn't get by simply being in the moment, by being present?
Why is it so important for kids to have these pictures posted? And I want to point out, we're talking younger kids.
Younger kids. We're talking like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
You know, and they're growing up in a culture where everything is posted. I think about my youngest son. His first selfie was posted an hour after I gave birth. And everyone's doing it because we want to share those pictures with the world. But what it's giving our kids is a skewed perception of reality. Like, he doesn't know that I put on blush and mascara and I have this beautiful photo, and he's not understanding that there are lots of filters that these pictures go through, and the world isn't picture perfect. It's messy, and our kids need to know that so they feel comfortable when their life isn't so picture perfect. They really want people to like and respond to their photos, even at a young age. They're like, oh, Mom, how many likes did I get? And sometimes for a lot of kids, that's tied.
That's not how you judge
that's not
how you're doing in life.
Exactly, and they're tying it to their self-esteem, which is very bad. And we want them to feel good about themselves and their accomplishments for other things, not these photos.
Kids, come on over. I want to take more pictures.
Okay, Mommy.
One second, one more. Smile. Come on, let's go. Be right there, honey.
Erica, can't you hear them calling you? Why don't you put down the phone and tend to your kids?
I heard them. I was going to push them on the swing.
No, you're not. You're on social media. I just saw what you posted.
And what is that?
What?
And you know what? Didn't we discuss this over and over again? Didn't we say that we're not going to buy the kids expensive things unless we both agreed on it? So what's this?
Okay, first of all, I didn't agree to that. Okay, and second, why don't we get them something now and worry about the bills later?
Wow, thank you, Daddy. This is just what I wanted. I can play too, right, Daddy? Nope, for big kids only. Daddy, I can play too.
Yes, of course. You just have to share.
Okay. Mommy, where are you going?
She just needs to walk. All right, kids. Let's play in the swing.
Okay.
Put it back here.
Hey Victoria, how are you?
Sorry to bother you at home, Erica, but the vice principal wants us to include an outline about our summer school programs for tomorrow morning's staff meeting.
No problem, Victoria. I'll bring the outline with me tomorrow.
Erica, are you all right? You sound upset.
I just had a fight with Logan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. It's just that we keep fighting about this thing over and over again. I'm just getting so tired of it. And get this. He always wants to comment on me being on social media. But you know what? That's my only outlet.
Erica, can I give you some advice?
Sure. You know I always like your advice.
This is what we are taught in my church.
New alert from the World Health Organization about video game addiction. The organization is now designating gaming disorder as a mental health condition.
They're everywhere. On your TV, your computer, even on your phone. But while video games seem close to becoming our new national pastime, this morning the World Health Organization raising a red flag. For the first time adding gaming disorder to their list of addictive activities, likening it to substance abuse and gambling disorder. The WHO says video games can become an addiction when gamers aren't able to control how much they play, impacting their lives for 12 months or more.
A lot of people use games recreationally, use games for educational purposes, but for a subset of people, this becomes compulsive and really addictive.
In terms of time spent, we don't want to replace activities that are really important for development, like family dinners or spending face-to-face interactions with friends, or making sure that kids are engaged in sports or exercise.
I've treated a number of children over the years who struggle with problematic video game behaviors. I think one of the most important things to keep in mind is that the child will be able to tell you, I'm trying to not do this, but I can't stop. And I can't get myself to stop. I don't want to behave this way, but I'm struggling.
One of the reasons the children in these videos find it so hard to control themselves is because they don't yet have a fully developed prefrontal cortex.
The prefrontal cortex is a key component in the brain that's involved in helping us to control impulses and urges. When you have something like the video game being turned off suddenly, the child is faced with having to feel those negative emotions. The stimulation we receive from playing a video game impacts the same pathways that are present when one is becoming intoxicated with a substance. So it's no surprise that many of the behaviors and reactions that we see for a child who's struggling with having this sudden stop brought about in their video game playing has analogs to someone who is being asked to stop usage of a substance. Video games are inherently designed to be stimulating and exciting and to draw us in, and that to some degree is a healthy phenomenon. It's just that for some it's more difficult to control than for others. Is the video game somehow impairing their ability to function in the home, at school, or with other children? If we're not seeing any problematic behaviors and it's just concern about the frequency, then I think we can work on just trying to bring the frequency down.
are you?
I'm at home. Why?
Dude, it's lunchtime. We just missed our calc exam.
Oh, man. I'm doing bad in that class.
What happened?
I played video games overnight. I overslept.
You have a problem.
No, I don't. Bye. Hey, Miss V. You wanted to see me?
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Do you know why I wanted to speak with you?
I don't know.
I wanted to talk to you about your grades. They've been dropping. Do you know why?
Maybe it's just harder now than before.
Is it okay if I ask you a few questions that can maybe help us do better?
Yes.
I noticed that you weren't finishing some assignments. Do you just not have enough time?
I'm pretty tired, I guess. It's just hard for me to stay up sometimes to finish up my assignments.
It can be really hard to finish assignments when we're tired. What time do you usually go to bed?
I'm not sure, maybe 1 or 2?
Wow, that's late. What keeps you up?
Just some stuff that I have to do.
So, to help you wind down from a busy day, what do you usually do at home?
I just chill, chat with my friends, play some video games.
Sounds like that can help you unwind. May I ask, how long did you spend playing video games last night?
I don't know. I don't really keep track.
Can you guess? Or did you get tired after playing video games and then fall asleep?
Well, that sounds about right.
Do you think it would be concerning if spending too much time on video games keeps you away from fulfilling more important responsibilities?
I guess so.
Video game developers want you to spend as much time as you can to play. They try to make them addicting. I'm not saying you're addicted to video games, but is it possible that they're actually taking time away from your studies?
Maybe.
What do you think you can do to remedy that?
Maybe give myself a time to limit when it comes to playing video games.
Sure. And so that you can be full of energy and productive each day, do you think you could also try and set a time to sleep?
Oh, I can't promise you that, but I'll try.
I hope you would. I think you'll see that when you limit your game time. You'll actually enjoy everything else even more. Your studies, your time for video games, and even time for friends and family. Could you give it a shot and keep me updated, please?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Miss V.
Thank you everyone for logging on. I would like to introduce you to our Minister, Brother Joel.
Thank you all for being here.
Now let's study an important topic that has to do with our faith and salvation.
journey's hard, but soon will be over. Salvation is at hand, salvation is at hand. Keep your focus on the promised land. The reward ahead of us isn't worth the wait. Patiently carry on, let's fight for our faith. God's words resonate through generations. His faithful promises were fulfilled in the Church of Christ. God's words resonate through generations. We're almost home, keep fighting on, endure until the end. Complete the race, complete the race, complete the race, complete the race God has set for us. God's words resonate. Oh, we all long to be in our true home, the holy city. We can see all the signs, we can see all the signs. We're almost at the finish line. The reward ahead of us isn't worth the wait. Patiently carry on, let's fight for our faith. God's words resonate through generations. His faithful promises were fulfilled in the Church of Christ. God's words resonate through generations. We're almost home, keep fighting on, endure until the end. Complete the race, complete the race, complete the race, complete the race God has set for us. God's words resonate through generations. Faithful promises were fulfilled in the Church of Christ. God's words resonate through generations. We're almost home. Keep fighting on, endure until the end. Complete the race, 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 complete the race.
Caleb! You have to sit down.
And did you say action?
No, I pointed at him.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he
So
could hear me.
I'm not gonna say coming because I didn't.
Come what Daddy got you.
Was it hard enough?
Yeah.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, I'm sorry. You said lunch. You want me to answer?
Yeah.
It's hard to think of things on the spot. Because I
That
know
was
it's
good
about.
though. That was really
Ready?
not yet. Go stop sign. Action. Okay, do it again, but don't look at the camera. Action.
It's for the kids. Come on, kids. See what Daddy got you.